but we've seen in the past so many controversial decisions, particularly over here in Germany. One in Valuev's last fight against Evander Holyfield, and at the moment Haye is boxing in a very similar style to Holyfield. He's staying out of range and darting in and out. As Henry Cooper said on 5 Live Breakfast yesterday morning, he's got to be like a mosquito buzzing in and out, and so far he's been doing that, and Valuev hasn't landed anything of significance. Valuev almost desperate with a left-right combination, and Haye was moving away towards his own right, showing a terrific repertoire of defensive skills here, David Haye, the like of which we haven't seen in his career so far. Not much work from the British challenger so far at the beginning of this, the third round of a scheduled 12. He dances around towards his left. He's close to his own corner. It's the red corner just a few feet away from us here at ringside. Haye now, way out of distance, holds that right hand high, waiting to parry the jab of Valuev and then respond with a counterpunch to body or to head. Now Valuev again goes towards the chin with the right hand, but Haye is moving away. Haye slips inside for another one of those neat short left hooks, and it lands, but again Valuev takes it and stands stock still in centre ring. Jab to the body from David Haye this time. The huge midriff of Valuev, with rolls of fat over those shorts as he goes forward again with another one of those right hands, and yet again Haye moving away to his own right, lands a big right hand, changes direction, confuses Valuev, big right hand, the follow-up left hook landed on the gloves, but another good shot from David Haye. He's finding the gaps that Evander Holyfield found last year around the side of the gloves of Valuev. Valuev is good enough in defending the straight stuff, but it's the hooks around the edges that he doesn't see coming through his peripheral vision. He's plodding forward again, is the Russian, towards the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Haye very close to the ropes, feints with a jab, feints with his head as if to go to the body, but then moves away. Good footwork and good work with the hands again from Haye. Quiet round really, jab from Valuev, and Haye neatly just ducks underneath and dances 2 steps away out of danger. Counters with a left hook does Haye, tries a right hand but lands on the forearm of Valuev. Good work, 2 or 3 strong left hooks in this round from David Haye. He's now got his gloves down by his waist. He's getting ever more confident, but can't take chances against the Russian giant. Inside the final 25 seconds of the third round, Haye just rolls the gloves, motions to feint and to throw towards the body, but steps away instead without doing any work. Still Valuev with that high held guard, so much the taller man, but hasn't been able to find his range so far over the course of the first 9 minutes of this fight. It's been an exemplary defensive performance so far from Haye. Another right hand went to the body with a left hook. The arms of Valuev came down, and a right hand shot through to the chin. Good finish to round 3 from David Haye. Steve Bunce.
You know something, David's doing something incredibly sensibly. The first 30 seconds, Valuev's coming out with the message, get on top of him, still ringing in his ears, and David's not throwing a punch in the first 30 seconds. He's done that from the first round. That makes a lot of sense, okay? He's slightly marked up underneath the right eye, and I can't really think when he's been caught with a shot. He's doing an awful lot of running, and I've got to tell you, it looks to me like he's breathing just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm not surprised.
Tell you what, Steve, as well, the last 2 minutes of that round, I don't think Valuev actually landed a shot. I think the one went into Haye's chest. But I think there's signs of frustration from Valuev. They're starting to come forward. He's plodding away with that jab, and he's not getting there. He is falling short. We just don't want David to get complacent here, because at this stage, it's too easy for David.
Yeah, there was one stage towards the end of the third round when Haye dropped his gloves down by the side of his shorts. Nothing wrong with a bit of confidence, but it's got to be calculated. No time to be taking huge gambles at this stage of the contest. We move into round number 4, and Nikolai Valuev, the champion, in the first 9 minutes landing nothing of any real venom on the chin, the so often called vulnerable chin of David Haye, who's now moving away again towards his left. He's already over on the far side of the ring in the early stages of this 4th round, and looking for those openings and looking to make Valuev miss. Valuev wants to plant the right hand. You can see it's cocked the whole time, waiting to throw it, usually after a jab. He thinks that if he can land just one of those, he opens up in the corner, but Haye swivels away, and in a moment, Valuev, from being on the attack, finds himself on the defensive and in the corner that Haye was previously there. Terrific work again from the footwork of David Haye, who moves again out of range. A jab towards the torso of Valuev, who thinks maybe Haye will be ducking into these punches now, so he's aiming slightly lower than the head as the crowd start to try to get behind their man. A mixture of cheers and boos for those who are not liking what Haye's doing here. But he's got the measure so far of Nikolai Valuev because he's reading everything that the big man is doing. Valuev again tries a right hand. It was a shorter version of that which he's tried throughout the contest, but Haye still saw it and still managed to get underneath. Valuev, though, has been doing most of the work so far. Good jab from Haye, gets through. A wild right hand afterwards doesn't. Misses by 4 or 5 inches. Good jab, though, from Haye. Did get through. Rocked Valuev, but Valuev just stays there once again. Shakes his head, Valuev, when he's taken big punches so far, saying that they're not hurting, and he's pressing forward relentlessly, but still not landing anything really cleanly anywhere on the chin or the torso of David Haye. Just over a minute to go in round 4. This the quietest round of the contest so far for David Haye, and with Valuev doing the pressing, there's a danger that the Russian will be given the nod by the judges. Haye goes to the body again, pushes out that jab, zapping with the jab, maybe just taking a bit of a breather. As the boys were saying, he's showing signs of just breathing heavily, but there's a lot of adrenaline flowing through those veins as well, and that sometimes reduces the energy levels. But Haye is still looking confident, shaking his head almost as Valuev presses forward again with another one of those jabs. But they seem to be so slow that Haye is reading them and managing to bob and weave left and right and underneath those shots. 30 seconds to go in round 4. Still Haye out of range, darting in and out, and now Valuev this time switches his attack to the body as Haye in turn switches to southpaw and throws a long left hand. Now back to orthodox. He missed with that left hand, by the way, and there's been very little scoring done at all on either side in this, the 4th round. Prodding jab from Valuev, gets through almost to the chin, but does to the torso of Haye. Haye tries a 3-punch combination, all of them missed, just opens up. The instinct is always there. He wants to open up. He wants to show what he can do with that explosive punching power of his as he heads back to his corner. And Adam Booth at the end of the 4th round. We're 1/3 through, Richie Woodall. How's it looking?
Well, I think that's the first round you could actually give to Valuev, okay, but that's mainly because David Haye didn't land anything really cleanly. But I see David Haye, what he's trying to do here, he keeps going to the body with that jab, and obviously that's the target area he's aiming at, because that's the closest target area to him. So he's going to the body with the jab, and what he's actually trying to do here, he's going to feint to the body, and then he wants to whip the right hand over the top. So he's trying to lead the man into a full sense of security. He keeps going to the body with the jab, to the body of the jab. He's going to feint the body of the jab and then just whip that right hand over the top. That's his game plan here, and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I didn't expect him to try it too many times in the first 5 or 6 rounds, and we've only seen it 2 or 3 times. He will start to do it. I'll tell you one thing, he's got to keep throwing punches at Valuev, because Valuev doesn't ever counter. He's got to keep throwing punches. Even if they're only touching Valuev's arms, he's got to keep the punches pumping.
And got to keep him confused, and got to keep him thinking, and not allowing Valuev the time to set up his own moves.